Let's see if it works. Okay, let's see. Hold on. I wasn't quite ready for y'all. I wasn't ready yet. Shoot, I'm still trying to figure this thing out. What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Hey, okay. Instagram is making my face look like ginormous. My face on Instagram looks crazy, crazy big and close to the camera. Everything else is looking okay. Well, good evening, good evening, good evening. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out the YouTube, making sure the YouTube page is doing what it needs to do. How do I? Oh, I think it's okay. Is the YouTube working? Child, when you are the host, the producer, the content curator, and all things in between, it is really difficult for you to do everything. And all right, so FYI, everybody on Instagram, I don't know why it looks like this on Instagram, but it's really not. It ain't giving what it needs to give. So Instagram, I need y'all to go to YouTube or my Facebook page because Instagram's format is looking real shady. And trying to figure out what's going on with so YouTube looks like it's good. All right. We good everywhere but Instagram. We good everywhere but on the gram. So I'm just gonna give y'all a little chance to come on up in here. Meanwhile, while I wait for y'all to come on through, I'm going to sip on my little red wine. Let's see, Facebook. Okay, hey Facebook, hey y'all. I got me a little red wine. Lord knows with the day that I've had today, I can really afford to sip this straight out of the bottle. For real. I can really afford to sip this out the bottle. But I'm not going to show my true colors, at least not yet. So everybody on Instagram, I need you to go to YouTube or Facebook because I'm not really liking how Instagram, this whole format, the Instagram format, I'm not really liking that. We got to figure that out for next week. But every other platform, Facebook and YouTube, they look really good. And shout out to whoever you are. Hey, I need y'all to say who you are when you come in the room because I won't know. Otherwise, put it in the chat so I'll see. Matter of fact, I'm put my little chat right over here so I'll be able to see. That way, I'll be able to see any chats that come up. If you type anything in via YouTube or Facebook, I'll be able to see you. See what's going on. I don't know what's going on there. Hey, what's up, Sunny the host? Long time no see, my dear. And these lights are so bright. It's making me squint. I've got my contacts on, but it is making me squint. And can y'all hear me? That's another thing. I need to know, I need to make sure you guys can hear me. So just hit yes if you can hear me. Hit yes if you can hear me. Type yes if you can hear me. I'm also going, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to post a link in our chat. Let me figure out where it is. There's a link in case I want to, oh, here we go. In case I want to invite somebody to come up and just kind of share their story. I want to type that in here. Type that in the link. It says I can't post to some channels. Okay, well, post to the channels you can post to, chat. Did y'all get that? Get that link? Because I want this to be an interactive conversation. I don't just want it to be a Moshe monologue. Although I have no problem with, talking presumably to myself. I have no problem with talking to myself and answering myself too, if need be. But that's not what this is for. This is really for us to have a conversation, okay? A dialogue, not a monologue. Okay, so I want y'all to let me put this over here. Let's see. Oh wait, no, that's not gonna work. That doesn't change the thing. I don't know what's up with Instagram, y'all. Instagram is acting real funny. So I would just suggest y'all come on over to the other platforms. So I see people coming in, but I'm not seeing anybody's names. Hey, y'all. Hey. State your name. Oh God, this thing is like, wait, okay. Hey, what's up? What's up, Melinda? Melinda, join me on Facebook or YouTube, okay? So we're gonna get started because I see some people here, but I just can't see who's here because I don't see any names. Are you guys typing in the chat? Y'all bear with me, my little new technology. I can't really, I thought I had it all together. I did a little practice run even last night and things seem to be working fine. But anyway, hey, how y'all doing? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. It's I hope you had a wonderful weekend this past weekend. Sheree. Oh, somebody sent me okay. I hope you had a wonderful weekend this past weekend. It's been a beautiful fall. It's been fall for the last couple month or so, and very unusual fall weather. I mean, literally, it was 82 degrees. I'm in Atlanta. It's 82 degrees today. So shout out to Mother Nature for preserving the summer for us, which really kind of scares me because I'm feeling like we're going to have a crazy cold winter because it is so nice at this time of the year. But needless to say, did you listen to my last podcast? Just put a little something, a little shout or something, or raise your hand in the chat. Let me see. Just raise your hand in the chat if you had a chance to listen to my last podcast, chat. Y'all gonna listen to this podcast. Y'all gonna stop playing to listen to this damn podcast. Oh, yeah. See, I see people saying, hey, on Facebook. Hey, Shar. But I don't see it coming up on my chat over here. That's the crazy part. All right. So we'll figure that part out. But well, thank you. I appreciate you listening. If you did listen, I do appreciate it. But hey, Sheeta, what's up, girl? Thanks for joining me again. But yeah, so my last podcast, I hope you had a chance to listen. If you didn't, the good news is that it's still there, so you can go back and listen to it again. But I was talking about siblings, right? I'm a sibling. I have altogether 7 of us. Papa was a Rolling Stone, so I got a few siblings on my dad's side. But the ones that I was raised with, it's just me, an older brother, my older brother Yanti, and my younger sister Candace. Those are my siblings, the ones that I was raised with. And so yeah, so I wanted to talk about the dynamic of siblings because my husband's a sibling. He's a middle child. We're both middle kids. And I've got plenty of friends who are siblings, and the stories that I hear like all the time, there's always just this one sibling. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always just one sibling. And some people have it worse than others. I gotta say, it's not as bad as it could be because I've got friends who've got siblings where they're troubled sibling or not all of them are troubled per se, but you see what I'm saying? The one, if we're using the phrasing that I use for the title of the show, there's always one. Their one could be somebody who is struggling with a major addiction, right? And all the family is having to really come together and do interventions and all sort of things just to look out for and care for this particular sibling. It could be something as small as you got one sibling who just needs to be told and hugged and kissed and loved on a little bit more. It could be something, just that simple. It could be somewhere in between. It's just the degree of what that particular sibling will need is going to depend on whatever your family dynamic is. So in this last episode, I decided to talk about my specific dynamic. And mm, and you know, it's challenging. It's really challenging sometimes. I love, let me talk about all the things that I love about being a sister. I love the fact that a sibling is really a lifelong friend, right? A sibling is a lifelong friend. Siblings, most times, if you're in good relationship with your siblings, or a mildly good relationship with your sibling, that is somebody who, no matter what, they're going to be down for you 10 toes, no matter what, to the end, right? In most cases. So it's nice to know that a sibling sometimes can be a built-in best friend. And on the same token, a sibling could be an arch enemy. You know what I'm saying? It's really close to you. As close as anybody could get besides a parent is a sibling. So it could be a really good relationship or it could be a really bad relationship, or it can borderline somewhere, in between. And I read something I wanted to share with you. It talked about healthy sibling relationships, right? So it says healthy sibling relationships promote sympathy, promote empathy. Forgive me, y'all, because I don't have my glasses on. I'm reading with my contacts. It promotes those relationships promote empathy, pro-social behavior, and academic achievement if they're healthy. And if they're unhealthy and toxic, they can be equally as devastating and destabilizing. And amen to that. Amen to that. That's true on both sides. They can either lift you and really be your anchors and support you to, carry on through life and help you get up when you fall down, that sort of thing, or they can be the cause of your fall down. And so for me specifically, hey, and I'm smoking hookah too, y'all. So I'm relaxed. I'm in total relaxation mode right now. So for me personally, I'm the middle child. I'm the middle child of three. Most people think my brother is the oldest. Yes, you are late, Dewan. Tap in, baby. I'll bring you in. But most people think that I am the oldest, but I'm really the middle. And I guess by sibling standard, they say that the oldest is normally sort of the leader of the sibling pack. The youngest is the one that is babied by the whole family because they're the youngest. And the middle one seems to kind of get lost in between the two. Like the middle one just doesn't have a place, right? Because the oldest was the first and they're sort of the leader. And then the youngest is the baby and they sort of get spoiled more than the others. In my dynamic, it didn't quite work out and shake out that way. While my brother is older, and he may dispute this, but he and I can have a conversation publicly too. While my brother is older, most people think I'm the oldest. Most people think I'm the oldest. Why do they think I'm the oldest? I I can't really put my finger on it. I just think that it's just the way, sort of the way I carry myself versus how he himself. And that's not to say he carries himself immaturely. It's just a way, right? It's just a way. And My sister, obviously, she's the baby, and most people who know us intimately, like that's from the same areas that we're from, like Willingboro, Jersey, Philly, that sort of area, most people don't even know my brother and I have a sister. And that's because my sister she's not like us. She's very, we're very creative. My brother's into music and entertainment and producing. I was on the radio for 23 years, so I had my stint into entertainment and that whole life. And my sister has always kind of done her own thing. She's a little more introverted than my brother and I. And so a lot of times when people say, oh, when people hear us talk about our little sister, they're like, oh, you got a sister? Yes, we got a sister. We got a little sister, a little baby sister. But anyway, so being, hey, Shelly Shell, what's up, girl? Dewan, I put the link. Do you see the link? Do y'all see the link? Sorry, y'all. I just want to make sure Dewan gets in here. I'm going to put the link in. I put the link in here. I was hoping, oh, it went to YouTube. Let me see if I can make it go to, um, can you see it? Can y'all see the link that I posted? I posted a link for you guys, for those of you who want to share your sibling stories, that you can click on that link and I can invite you in. Um, Give me 1 second. Let me just, let's see. Okay. So hey Deb, hey Deb, hey Deb. But let me know if you can see the link though. So yeah, so my sister, oh, back, where was I at? See y'all, I'll be getting all off track, child. I can't remember where I was. I was talking about the middle child. So yeah, me as the middle child, I'm sort of looked at as the oldest. And then I consider myself, and I think my siblings would agree, I consider myself the anchor of my sibling group. It means like, let's just, for all intents and purposes, right? When it comes to like the business of life, the business of things, the business of family, I'm sort of that person. Okay. So, when the day comes, I hate to talk about this, but when the day comes that my mother gets her wings, I'll be the one that will be the beneficiary of of her estate, if you will, to be able to make sure the business is handled and making sure my brother and sister get what they need, and that sort of thing. All right. So all that, with that being said, pun intended, with that being said, um, it it's a tough place and role to stand in sometimes, because you're sort of looked at as that person. You don't really have an opportunity to you don't really have the people to lean on, right? Like, I don't necessarily lean on my siblings with my stuff, only because I just feel like I need to be there for them and their stuff, whatever that stuff is. More so my baby sister than anything. And so, because of that, it doesn't give me the space to kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't give me the opportunity to really just like, have that same level of support, right? Since I'm always the one that has to be in support of. And the this is the way it shakes out, but it doesn't mean that I don't get exhausted from holding that title sometimes. And a lot of what I do and why I do it, particularly for my baby sisters, because of my mom. Like, my mom, oh my God, my mom is like, she's next to Mother Teresa in my eyes. Um, my mom is the sort of mother who, oh, Dewan's coming in. My mom is sort of the neighborhood mom, right? So I can't even tell you how many children she has outside of her own birth children. But so many people, my brother, my friends, and my sister's friends, so many people have lived with us over the years, because my mom has taken them in to help them when they had hard times, or for whatever reason they needed a place to stay. My mom's doors have always been open. And sometimes when things are happening in our own sibling group, I want to sort of shield her from some of the stresses, because I know that she's carried so much for so many people for so long, that I don't want her to be burdened by more stuff, right? Because my mom's she's an empath, so she takes on other people's things. And so when it comes to my dynamic in my sibling relationships, I have sort of taken on a lot of that role for my mom, just to protect her from it, right? Hey, Dewan, are you there? I see you coming. When I see your picture come on the screen, then I'll go ahead and let you in. And so what it's basically led to is my um ooh, I'm just trying to figure out how I want to unpack this. Mm. So what essentially has happened is I've come to the point, because this has been my entire life, right? My entire life. Um I've come to the point now that I've had to pull back a bit because it was starting to weigh me, like, more than usual, weigh me down, only because I'm feeling like I am doing things, and with the intention of trying to help, but I'm not being appreciated. I feel like I'm not being appreciated. Hell, I'm being cussed out, y'all. Listen, it is bad, right? It is bad. And so now I'm feeling like I just need to, if I withdraw just a little bit, and just let my baby sis sort of figure her stuff out on her own, and she will. I can preserve myself so that so that our relationship is not irretrievably broken, right? I don't want it to be irretrievably broken, but I know that if I stay in it the way I am, that's what would happen. That's what would happen, because it was starting to really weigh into my marriage a little bit, because my husband, he constantly used to say and would remind me that, babe, hey, listen, you can't be everything for everybody. You gotta know when to say no. But it's family, you know what I'm saying? This is my family, so I couldn't necessarily put a lid on it like I needed to. And so anyway, it got to a point where things sort of blew up, and I'm like, okay, let me back up. Let me back up. As much as I want to help, I think that, me helping would be me backing up to preserve our relationship for the long term, right? For the long term. Because one thing about me and my family and my sister is that it doesn't matter what we go through, no matter what we're going through, I would never, never see anything happen to them. Do you see what I'm saying? I would never see that anything, I would never want to see anything bad happen to them. But I think it's okay to kind of like go into your cocoon to protect yourself. And that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm just protecting myself, because I'm just tired. I'm burnt out. Shit, I got my own damn problems. Okay. Does anybody care to hear my problems on tonight? Because I got a few of my own that I need to share, that I don't have nobody to pick up and call and say, hey, listen, can I borrow 50,000? Because I don't need 100. I don't need $200. If I have a need, you best believe the need is in the tens of thousands of dollars. Okay. And that's not being cocky, that's being real. But I don't have that. You know what I'm saying? So I really just got to deal with my shit on my own. And so, yeah, I ain't got time to be trying to save the world, save myself. Dewan, where you at and what you doing? Um, save the world and save myself at the same time. If you're on, hold on. All right, again. So for those of you guys that are on Instagram, if you're on Instagram, oh God, what is this doing? If you're on Instagram, you will have to join us on Facebook or YouTube. Okay, join us on Facebook or YouTube. Wait a minute, it's telling me somebody is trying to hack my Instagram child in the middle of my live. Who is trying to hack my Instagram in the middle of my live? What in the world? Sorry, y'all. 239. Okay, there we go. Yes. Okay. Sorry about that. So if you have a sibling, there we go. If you have a sibling, a part of a sibling ensemble, I would really love to hear your story. Let me see. Just send me a request. Send me a request, and I will. My Facebook is Moshe Loren Kimber. Moshe Loren Kimber. O'Shea Lorraine Kimber on Facebook. Or go to my YouTube. Go to my YouTube. It's better if you go to my YouTube. Click the link right in my bio. Click the link in my bio. Okay, I'm going back to Facebook. Okay, there we go. There we go. So I'll give you some examples of what I'm talking about. Some of the examples of what I'm talking about is this. So I have a niece, I have a nephew, my sister's 2 children, and I love those 2 young people for life. I love them. I love them for life. And so over the years, you know, whenever my sister might stumble upon hard times, I've always stepped in. Hey, Sonny, tap in. Are you on you're on my Facebook? Good. What was I saying? What was I saying? Oh yeah, my niece and nephew. And so when times would get rough with my sister, I would always step in and do what I needed to do, you know, with them. And I never ever wanted them to ever sort of feel the brunt of what we as adults go through, you know. So I'm like, okay, sis, what do you need? What do we have to do? Let's do this, you know, here you go, or whatever, just so they can sort of live a happy, healthy life and not really see not let the adult problems affect their little young lives. There we go. Camera's not allowed to use this app this week. Oh, wow. I have audio, but no video. Ooh, I don't know. Okay. I don't know how we'll do that. Let's see if I can let you on and let you talk. I got you in here, Dewan. Can you hear?
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right, that's a start. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
Are you
perfect.
getting echo feedback?
I'm not getting any feedback.
That's good.
So,
But
all
anyway,
right.
you're saying.
Let me finish this thought. So anyway, so I was saying that, you know, one of the reasons why I have always been committed to my little sister and helping her is because of my niece and nephew. And that's another sibling type of relationship and dynamic too. Some people maintain their relationship with their siblings purely because of the relationship they have with their niece and nephew. So that's one of the reasons why I can't let my sister and I's relationship go too far left, because I want to remain in my niece and nephew's life. And I never want them to feel like they gotta pick or choose, right? I never want them to think they have to pick or choose. Because one thing about me is that I don't involve kids in none of my adult business. Like that's just off limits. It's not something that I do. I would never go at mouth, you know, my sister to my niece and nephew, or I would never badmouth any adult to their child, right? But particularly my niece and nephew, because I know my sister and my relationship with my sister is going to be here one day, there tomorrow. So, but that is one of the motivations for me, not like, I guess, like cutting my sister off. You know what I'm saying? Because she's emotionally stressful sometimes. I just want to like, but I'm like, no, because I got to think about my niece and my nephew. And I never want them to feel, you know, like I said, I never want them to feel like they're in the middle. So that's part of my sibling story. How about you, Dewan? You got siblings?
Oh boy, do I!
Oh,
I am
wow.
actually one of 7,
Oh,
and
sugar
yeah,
shades.
and I'm number 2, and I'm the second oldest, but I'm really kind of like the oldest. I'm the I'm
Okay.
the alpha, the patriarch, the alpha, the omega. I'm it all. I'm the whole thing. And I
You're
don't
the
say
whole.
that with yeah, I don't mean to say that like with a braggadocious persona, but the thing about it is, I think of all my siblings, I've been through the most, I've accomplished the most, and as a result, they kind of look to me for leadership and guidance at times. And then there's a few of them that just don't speak to me because we're probably too much alike. And like I have a sister I haven't spoken to probably in 8 years, and before that, we probably didn't speak regular for maybe a decade or so. And
So can you go back to the beginning? Let's talk about you're the oldest of seven, right? You said the oldest
Yeah,
of seven. So
second
talk about
oldest, second oldest
second
is seven.
oldest of seven. So take us from the beginning and how you guys grew up and sort of the roles that everybody played, and then how you got to the point to where you are now, where now you don't even have relationship with some of your siblings.
Well, well, my mom kind of had us in sets. So there was my brother Al, who's over me. Then it was me and my sister Connie, and then
Hmm.
she waited 12 years and had three more,
Hmm.
which was interesting. And and then I have a sister and a daughter the same age, and we'll come back to that. But
Okay.
I
Okay.
think
I'm
the
like,
way,
okay.
yeah, the first set we were raised under iron fist. Like my mom,
Mhm.
they call it child abuse today, but we got beat on a regular with extension cords, broom handles. I mean, it was very, very volatile. Like so, and as such, we kind of had to keep each other in check because we grew up in a household where when one of us got beat, all of us got beat.
Mm,
And
mm,
then she was pardon my term, but she was a hardcore Bible thumper. So
mm.
on top of that, we was in church 7 days a week, and me being the comedian, I would always say stupid stuff like, you know, I think we can take one day off, Mom. God ain't gonna hate you. And here comes
Wow.
the butt whipping.
Because
So
you're a comedian, right? So that can get you in trouble sometimes, right?
yeah. So
Right.
eventually, our out was to find work at early ages. So me and my brother got jobs at early age, and I think I was like 13, maybe a little younger, and then my brother followed suit, and then when the other three came along, and they were like rapid fire machine guns. With
Mm-hmm.
my brother and I are a year and a half apart. My sister and I we're about 2 years apart.
Mm-hmm.
But with the other three, they were born in 88, 89, and 90. And hell, the last my sister Cece and Chris and brother Chris, they're the same age for 2 weeks. So I think those three had a totally different experience. But now let's fast forward as we're growing up and becoming adults and all that other stuff. So my brother, he had joined the military, and unfortunately, you know, um, he didn't quite come back the same way. So I haven't
Mm.
seen him in 25 years. So he's kind of mentally checked out after an
Now, was he
experience
the
like that.
oldest? You're the second oldest.
Yeah,
Is this the
yeah, it's an
oldest?
oldest.
Okay.
Yeah, but I
Okay.
think even before he left, because I grew bigger than him physical stature. I'm
Mm-hmm.
about 6'2", and I think my peak. I had an athletic build initially, before I got married and whatnot. And yeah, and this is true. This is true. And
Yeah.
my brother was like 5'10", 5'11", maybe. He's very
Mhm.
thin. So I think I peaked at like 300 pounds, and my brother was always small. So you know, so there was a changing of the guard, if you will. So,
Mhm.
my big brother became my little brother.
Mm.
So, he couldn't bully me anymore. And it got physical between us. And after that, well, it is what it is. And I think with it, and then I started to
And
grow
you guys were
financially.
close. So one of my girlfriends asked, were you guys close growing up? I think that's what she asked. She asked, were
Oh yeah,
you
definitely. Yeah.
you
Like we were
you and
extremely close. Like if
okay,
I found $10, I'd go home and give my brother five.
got it.
Like we were extremely
So was
close.
it
But
was it when he went away to the service and came back that you guys' relationship sort of you know
no, it was actually a little bit before that because, like I said, I started to grow physically bigger than him, and then
okay.
I kind of had a social life. I was kind of a socialite, and he was
Okay.
just the opposite. I'm more extroverted, and he's introverted. He would
Mhm.
focus on his art. He's an artist, and he was always trying to get into a gallery or something or whatever he was doing. And me, I was girl crazy. I was always at the parties and chasing this one and that one. So after a while, people just assumed I was the oldest brother, and that wasn't the case. And then at some points, if you didn't know us, you wouldn't know we were related. But yeah, there was a changing of the guard, and with that, I kind of started dictating a lot of things with my siblings and my my sister beneath me. She and I were like, oh, we just don't get along. We're like Israelites and Palestinians. I mean, I, and the thing is, my sister is funny because you know a lot of us dreamed about playing in the NFL, and she probably could. I mean, she really thought she
Did
could.
you just say your sister can play in the NFL?
Yeah, I used to tell her all. I used to tell her
Say
all.
your sister can play in the NFL.
Yeah, I tell her
Oh
all the time, make
boy.
sure she get her prostate checked. Because she got a pair of balls on her. She's and I think because we're so much alike, we just don't. We never got along. Me and my sister Connie, never. When we were little kids, my mom should line us up to walk us so we could walk to school. We would fight, literally fist fight over who's going to go out the door first. You know, but I always had her back. It's like if she had a problem with her boyfriend or something, or I'd be out partying all night on Saturday, and she'd come home, sobbing about, oh, he did. I was like, what? And I'd have to get up and go whip somebody's ass, behind my sister. But as we got older again, she kind of went in one direction, I went in another, and now it's to the point where we don't speak, and I fault her for that because I'm like, look, I don't really give a rat's ass if you don't like me, but you can call your nieces. You don't have to.
Right.
You don't have to take it out on them.
See, that's the thing. Like, I refuse to allow it to affect my relationship with my nieces and
Yeah.
nephews. And thankfully, my sister feels the same. Like, she doesn't badmouth me. Well, I don't know that she does or doesn't, but put it like this. She does. She certainly does not discourage them from having a relationship with me. Let me
Right.
ask you this, Juan. So, okay, that takes care of your oldest brother and then the sister beneath you. Now, the siblings beneath the sister beneath you. What's your relationship with the other team, the other
Oh,
sibling?
the other.
Uh-huh.
All right. So I have three sisters. I'm sorry, four sisters and two brothers. So it's me and my brother at the top. Then there's one, two, three sisters in the middle. Then my baby brother, and then my baby sister at the end. So now the next sister in line, she and I have a great relationship. After her father passed, I gave her away at her wedding. Her kids are always here. You know, I just saw them for not Thanksgiving, Halloween. I mean, we have a great relationship, and even my sister, the next one in line, we have a good relationship. And my brother, my baby brother, he's down in Florida, and I think he's a little what's the word, estranged from the family, and I think it has a lot to do with his sexuality, right? So I think we saw it as a child like, oh, come on, man, he's flaming, so but
Wait, so
you know
wait. You think that okay, go back because I'm trying to reply to comments and listen at the same time. What did you say about the sibling you said might be gay?
oh, he is, yeah, he's gay. And
But
if he
you think he's estranged because he's gay? He's estranged
yeah,
himself, or the family has
yeah, yeah,
ostracized
I
him? Okay.
know he's self-estranged because I think he's, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, right? So I'm a manly man, right? So
Mhm.
I like man stuff, man movies, man food, man music, whatever the case. And I
Man,
think,
manly colors, manly everything. You're manly, manly.
yeah, so I think maybe, and this is again my opinion. I'm not saying this is gospel. I think because of that, he may feel like he may disappoint, or he may be viewed differently. But
So
I
he's
used to
never
tell,
come out to the family. You just know. You guys just know. He's never
oh
come
yeah,
out.
we know. I know he
Okay.
got boyfriends, all that stuff. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But I always tell him like, listen, you know, do you? And there's nothing wrong if that's your flavor, but be a man. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, you can be a man too. Like, I don't that don't mean you have to go around and say I gotta watch my comments because this is a different world, and I don't want to come off
Yeah,
as
it is.
homophobic.
It is. It is. It's a different world,
So,
but speak your mind because it's a different
well,
world. But that's a whole other conversation too that we may
yeah,
have to
yeah.
step into. But go
But
ahead.
but even still, he I make sure he's invited to everything. I mean, he responds and whatnot. But again, he lives in Florida, so geographically, he's just not there. And then there's the age difference. So there's that. There's, him. I hope he's come out the closet by now, but he's kind of estranged from the family because of that. And the funny thing is, he's not the only one of our siblings. My sister beneath me, I think she plays for both sides. I don't know. I'm just saying,
You said
but
she does, or you think she does?
oh, I'm sure she does. I mean,
Okay.
I've heard things, but nonetheless, they all get it from me in terms of, I give them hell for different reasons. Like they all get hell from me because I've been the only one to take care of our mother for the past 30 years. And
Mm.
that's where the real fallout is with a lot of us, because it's like, just because I can financially afford it doesn't give you a pass to be trifling. So,
Say that again. Say
you
that
know,
again.
it don't cost nothing to pick the phone up. It don't cost nothing to drive by. But if you
Mm-hmm.
think I'm going to carry the load all by myself, then shit, you don't want to ride this train.
Yeah.
So
That's the thing. It's like uh it's a meme that was going around talking about, check on your strong friends, but that same thing applies to the siblings, right? It's always that
yeah,
one sibling that is sort of the anchor, right? It's sort of the anchor post
hmm
for the rest of the siblings, but that should not give you a permission to not stand up and do your part, whatever that is, right? Stand up.
right,
If you have parents and they're ailing, they're aging, everybody is responsible for seeing about our parents. You know what I mean? Everybody's responsible for
yep,
that. Not just one of us, two of us, or some of us, but all of us. But it never
yep,
seems to shake out that way. It's always one person that's doing more, and it's always one person that ain't doing shit.
yeah. And in this case, you got six people that ain't doing well. I take that back. Let me walk that back a little, because for a big part of the younger one's life, they weren't in a position to do anything. So I give them a pass to a certain degree. But now we're all adults, right? So the youngest of us is 27, right?
Mhm.
And my oldest brother's 49. So we from between 49 and 27, we're all adults. So it doesn't cost nothing to pick the phone up. And with technology, you can even you video call, except with my laptop today, because whatever, my video is not working. But they don't do anything. And especially when, my sisters, three of my sisters geographically live within 45 minutes of her. So my baby sister, I give her a pass because she's in North Carolina. My baby brother, I give him a pass because he's in Florida. Even my older brother, I'll give him a pass because he's in California. But the rest of them, nah, they can suck shit and die.
Oh
Because
wow.
if they think they're going to show up, if they think they're going to show up when something happens, talking about we need to do this, there's no we. There's just me. And I'm going to make whatever decisions that I might need to make, and that's going to be that. And if they got a problem with it, but yeah, these siblings of mine, it is what it is.
I want to bring my cousin on. I'm trying to figure out how okay, Chad, are you there? Chad, are you still there? I'm trying to bring him on because he's got a sibling ensemble too, quite an extensive sibling ensemble, and sort of a non-traditional ensemble that I would really love to hear, just sort of what he feels like his position is within the group. So, Duan, do you see on your end that I posted the link for him to join us? Is it is
There's
it
a link
live?
at the bottom. It says studio.restream.io, blah, 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 camera Mary
But is it
Butcher.
live so that someone could click on it to join us, or
Oh,
it
no,
doesn't
I
let
think, yeah, you have to probably highlight it, cut and paste it into your browser.
oh God,
Actually, let
how do
me
I do
give that
that?
actually, no,
How do
it's not even,
you did it last? I can't for some reason I'm not able to my comments or my chat, the only chats that are coming up are the ones on YouTube. For some reason, Facebook's not coming up. So I'm
Letitia,
not
you're right, though. It goes back to Cain and Abel. But I ain't jealous of none of my siblings. I mean, and I don't think there's jealousy involved. I think it's just one of those, I've taken the father figure role with my siblings and their
Mm-hmm.
children.
Mm-hmm.
And when I give them a tongue lashing, they don't want to hear it. But I'm like, look, man, like, especially with my one sister, I won't mention her name, but she seems to be like just slow to get her shit together.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look, you're an adult now. Like, don't nobody care about your woe is me story. Like, you have every option to get your stuff together. Like, you don't have any kids, you don't have any responsibility. Why is it so hard for you to, you know, get it together? So
Let me see. Let me see. I can't. Lord have mercy. Lord knows I can't do this and talk at the same time. It said send it to him in Messenger. Oh gosh. Okay. Let me see if I can send it to him in Messenger. Oh God. Okay. Make author. What is Randolph? There we go. Okay. Okay, Chad. I'm sending it to you in Messenger right now. All right. So in terms of mom, your mom is still with us. I heard you say that, right? Mom is still
yeah,
with us. Is there a relationship with dad or no?
no.
Okay. So in terms of mom, how does mom perceive or how does mom feel about the dynamic of her children's relationship with one another? Because my mom does not like to see us in this position, right? She is a mother who loves to see her
Right,
children all getting along, kumbaya. You know, she's that kind of mom. So when we have our differences, particularly me and my sister, we go through our things, and we sort of just got back on decent terms, and now we're estranged sort of again, and it really
right.
breaks her heart to see us in that way. But I tell her all the time, Mom, it doesn't mean I love my sister any less. It just means that I need to pull back for my own, you know what I mean? I love her all the same. So don't worry about us not coming back because at some point we will. But all that to say, how does your mom feel about sort of this estrangement of some of your relationships?
Well, I think she keeps trying to bring us back together. I guess Ms. Thurman, that's a good point. It's like she do put the blinders on. My mother does that as well. But my mom's too busy. She's too busy being divisive with with other things that really care about me and my siblings' relationship. Because she does recognize that, we do talk. We do, except for me and my one sister Connie. We will not speak. I don't even care to have her at my house. Like,
Wow.
it's yeah, I remember one of our last conversations. She said to me, not me saying, she said to me, she says, I'm okay going to my grave with things the way they are. I says, all right, well, fuck you, get out my house.
Well, tell me how you really feel. Tell me how
Well,
you.
you know what? Because here's my thing. I've always been the glue to hold the family together,
Mm-hmm. Same.
and I've always like made sure my kids reach out to their aunts and uncles on their birthdays and things like that, and try to maintain that old school family dynamics of respect and yes sir, no sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, all that stuff. But here's the thing: that's a two-way street. So, my sister and I have different fathers. So she'll do more for her dad's side of the family than she do for her mom's side of the family.
Hmm.
So it's not like she doesn't have the capacity or the opportunity to be compassionate and thoughtful and inclusive with my children or even my other sister's kids. She chooses not to.
Okay.
So, I used to overlook that stuff for years. And then, one day my kid says something to me about why does Aunt Connie, you know, why she don't come over here? Why did she come for my birthday party and stuff like that? And I'm like, well, you know what? She was busy and I made up some bullshit excuse. And then when I talked to my sister about it, because, I try to engage these topics when and you have to be careful with your siblings. You have to engage them when you're in a good place.
Yeah.
If it's a if it's a tough topic, you can't be mad and then let everything come out. So I kind of brought it up, and she tried to give me some some bullshit, and I'm like, come on now, like
And
you talking to me.
and there's some parents, right, who no matter what you do, this is not my dynamic, but I have a friend whose dynamic is like this. They have one sibling who doesn't do a whole lot, but that seems to be the sibling that their mom or dad praises, right? It's like, and my particular girlfriend, she can't do enough and seek and get the same praise as the sibling that does nothing but gets
Right.
all the praise. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
and so favoritism is a thing within sibling groups that create that sort of rivalry. Luckily, again, I don't have that. My mom, I always say that I'm a favorite child, but in all honesty, my mom treats us all, she has never, or she tries her best to treat us all the same.
Right.
But there are parents who you will clearly see, okay, you definitely are favoring this one over that one. Do you feel like you're the favorite? Does your mom make it known that you're the favorite? Or how does she, balance that?
Well, when we were growing up, my brother, my older brother Al, he was definitely the favorite. Definitely. And being the middle child, I was just the opposite. And my sister at the time, being the only girl, it was like, so you had the oldest son, the youngest daughter, and then me in the middle. So when we got beat, I got beat the longest and the hardest. I can't make this up. So, and as we got older, karma is crazy because they all kind of disappeared, and here it is. The one that got the most abuse is now tasked with your well-being,
You're the rock.
and
You're the rock.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
So I, and I will remind my mom, like, remember that time you beat me with the extension cord to the point where I remember our next door neighbor knocked on the door, and she's like, "Is everything okay?" And my mom said, "Shut up, bitch, or you're next."
Wow.
And then she beat me even more because somebody knocked on the door. And my brother, he got like 2 pops. I think she went to town at least 2 minutes with me with that extension cord. And then my sister, like, I got the extension cord always, and the other two wouldn't.
Let me tell
So
you something. Beatings, baby. Let me tell you, my brother and I, first of all, my baby says hardly ever got a beating. I don't think she knows how to spell the word beating. She ain't never really, she ain't, oh shoot. Right when oh God. I'm sorry, y'all. That's my cleaner calling me. My sister has never experienced that, the beating that I would say, well, no, my mom used to beat our ass. She didn't it's like I always felt like by the time my mom got to my sister, she was so damn tired from all the mischief my brother and I had calls growing up, that she just let my sister get away with a whole bunch of stuff that we would be like, we look and be like, Mom, now you gonna let her? Because if we would have did that, we would have been, you know what I mean? Take your clothes off. We'd have been beat up and down the steps if we would have done some of the things that my sister did, right? But my sister always got the pass. She always got away with it. And I just always felt like it was because my mom was just tired by then, because we had put her through so much growing up. Because the kind of mischief we were in, not just sneaking out at night, when we snuck out at night, we stole the car and crashed it. That's the kind of sneaking out we used to do. Not just back before morning, she'd go to work and we'd have straight up parties, and then the parties would turn into straight up what do you call it, brawls, in the house, caught on camera. You would think that we were at a club. It'd be 4-5 people fighting in her living room. You see what I'm saying? So that's the kind of mischief my brother and I used to be into. So by the time my sister came, Lord, some 6 years after me, my mom was like, I'm done with y'all. I'm done with the raising. Let her do what she gonna do. As long as she don't kill herself and nobody else, we gonna be all right. I want to let my cousin come up in here. Chad, what's up, Chad?
What's up, Chad? What's going on, man?
Cuz, man, I know you can weigh in on this right here. Because you got siblings, and you the oldest. No, Chris is the oldest of the siblings.
Yeah.
But talk about your dynamic and talk about where you fit in the sibling dynamic.
I'm the oldest. Everybody listens to me, so I'm the boy. I got 7 sisters. I'm the only boy, so but I pretty much, but because Mama loved me more than she loved everybody else. I say that, just be saying that, but
I say it too. I say that stuff too.
so, but yeah, man. I mean, shoot, they crazy, but you know they love me and I love them. We get a lot of work done together. We fight a lot. I've been fighting since we was young. We have arguments. You know that every day. It's every day an argument. For a text message. We on this text group about Thanksgiving. So everybody knew boo or whatever. So now they mad at her because she going to do Thanksgiving with her boo. So it is what it is. I told them we're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna have Thanksgiving anyway. Let Mama do her thing. She living her best. Yeah. Yo. Are you there? Did I lose you, Shay?
I'm here. We can hear you.
Okay, yeah, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. Them siblings, something serious we have to deal with them.
So you the only boy out of 7?
Man, I'm the only boy. Let me tell you what, man. My sister used to throw me through the up on me. They can't do that no more. I'm full grown. None of that no more, man. But nah, man. I grew up fast, man. And they taught me a lot growing up. To me, and they come to me and ask me for guidance on everything, pretty much. Even my older sister as well, man. And I'm there to support them and do whatever I can do for them. Sisters now. Easy at all.